Mauricio Umansky has always been the picture of composure. Whether he's negotiating million-dollar listings on buying Beverly Hills or appearing beside his wife, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards, he's known for his charisma, humor, and steady presence. But during a recent luxury real estate charity gala in Los Angeles, an event he co-hosted to raise funds for housing initiatives across California, something happened that no one saw coming. Mauricio, typically polished and unflappable, delivered a speech that took a surprisingly emotional turn. His voice cracked, his demeanor softened, and for the first time in a long time, the world saw a side of Mauricio that wasn't about business, confidence, or success, but vulnerability. Standing on stage in front of hundreds of guests, including celebrities, industry peers, and several of his Bravo castmates, Mauricio began by thanking the attendees for supporting the cause. But as he spoke about the pressures of fame, family, and the public's fascination with his marriage to Kyle Richards, his tone shifted. "I've always tried to keep my private life private," he said, pausing for a moment. "But this past year has been one of the hardest of my life. Balancing my business, my role as a father, and everything that comes with being in the public eye, it's taken a toll." He went on to speak candidly about the emotional weight of constant media attention and the speculation surrounding his relationship with Kyle, his longtime partner and the mother of his 4 daughters. "It's easy to smile on camera," Mauricio continued. "It's easy to post the perfect family photo. But behind those smiles, there are nights when you're questioning everything: who you are, what really matters, and how much of yourself you've lost trying to hold it all together." Witnesses say the crowd fell silent. Kyle Richards, sitting near the front, appeared visibly moved. Cameras captured her wiping a tear as Mauricio's voice trembled. For years, she's been the one accused of bringing drama, while Mauricio was seen as the calm center. But that night, the roles seemed to reverse. One attendee told E! News, "You could feel the emotion in the room. Mauricio wasn't performing, he was being real. You could tell he'd been carrying a lot." After his speech, Mauricio received a standing ovation. Kyle joined him on stage, and the two embraced as flashes from photographers lit up the ballroom. It was an unscripted, genuine moment, the kind of vulnerability that fans rarely see from reality TV's polished power players. But as clips of the emotional speech hit social media, reactions were mixed. Supporters praised Mauricio for being open about the struggles of balancing fame and family, calling the moment refreshingly real. One fan tweeted, "This is the most human I've ever seen Mauricio. You can tell he's been through it, but he still shows up." Others, however, were more skeptical. Some accused him of using the emotional confession as a PR move, pointing out that it came just weeks after renewed rumors of tension between him and Kyle. A few even speculated that the speech was a subtle plea, not just to the public, but to Kyle herself. Sources close to the Umanskys, however, insist that Mauricio's words weren't calculated. They say the speech was spontaneous, the result of a long, exhausting year filled with career pressure, public scrutiny, and personal growth. After more than 2 decades together, Mauricio and Kyle's marriage has been through its share of ups and downs. Between filming schedules, business expansion, and raising 4 daughters, the couple has faced mounting pressure to appear perfect. But insiders claim that the emotional speech wasn't about cracks in the relationship. It was about perspective. A wake-up call. A man recognizing how fame can distort priorities, and how easy it is to lose yourself while trying to maintain the image everyone expects of you. In the days following the gala, Kyle posted a photo of the event on Instagram with a simple caption, "Proud of you, always." It didn't go unnoticed. Fans flooded the comments, interpreting it as a sign that the two were finding their way back to each other. According to those close to the couple, Kyle has been deeply supportive of Mauricio's recent self-reflection. One source told People, "Kyle knows how hard this year has been on him. They've both been forced to face things they used to avoid, but they're growing from it. The clip of Mauricio's trembling voice, paired with Kyle's teary-eyed reaction, quickly went viral. Within hours, hashtags like Mauricio Umansky's speech and RHOBH heart moment began trending across platforms. Fans around the world shared their own experiences of burnout, relationship strain, and emotional vulnerability under pressure. Many said the moment reminded them that even people who have it all struggle to hold it together behind the scenes. In the days following Mauricio Umansky's emotional moment on stage, the aftershocks rippled far beyond the walls of that Los Angeles ballroom. For fans who've watched him for over a decade on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it felt like a curtain had finally been pulled back. The charming real estate mogul, always calm, confident, and slightly unbothered by the drama swirling around him, had revealed something raw. And for Kyle Richards, who has lived her own share of public heartache, the moment struck deeper than anyone expected. Scene transition. Voice softens, cinematic strings fade in. Just days later, the couple was photographed having lunch in Beverly Hills. It wasn't a red carpet appearance or a promotional shoot, just the two of them sitting at a corner table, talking quietly. No Bravo cameras, no stylists, just Mauricio and Kyle. Eyewitnesses told Page 6 that there was no tension, only tenderness. They looked like two people trying to reconnect, one diner recalled. She reached for his hand, and he didn't pull away. It was a simple gesture, but one that carried weight after months of speculation about distance between them. Narration builds, reflective tone. Insiders close to the couple say the past year has tested them in ways fame could never prepare them for. Between Mauricio's growing real estate empire, Kyle's film commitments, and the intense spotlight of RHOBH, both have struggled to maintain balance. There's this expectation that reality stars are used to it. The cameras, the rumors, the pressure, said one longtime family friend. But they're human. The scrutiny gets exhausting. Mauricio's speech wasn't about weakness. It was about admitting that even he has limits. Cut to montage, voiceover with gentle cinematic underscore. Fans were quick to notice the shift. Online forums lit up with threads analyzing every glance and every word. Some said Mauricio's raw honesty was exactly what made them fall in love with him in the first place. Others wondered if the confession was his way of reaching out, both to Kyle and to himself. I think Mauricio finally realized how much the fame has changed him, one commenter wrote. You can be surrounded by success and still feel completely alone. Transition. Warm acoustic background music fades in. And while speculation continues, those close to the family say something genuine is happening behind the scenes. For the first time in years, Mauricio has reportedly been stepping back, canceling certain public appearances, spending weekends with his daughters, and focusing on what one friend called the quieter parts of life. Kyle, meanwhile, has been focusing on wellness, spending more time with her sisters and children, and working on new creative projects outside the Bravo universe. She's rediscovering herself, the insider shared. But she's also rediscovering Mauricio. They've been through so much: fame, kids, cameras, but moments like that speech remind them why they started this journey together. Narration slows, nostalgic piano returns. For years, Mauricio and Kyle have been labeled as one of reality TV's most stable couples. The Housewives franchise has seen its fair share of breakups, betrayals, and heartbreaks, but the Umanskys always seemed untouchable. That's why Mauricio's vulnerability resonated so deeply. It reminded people that stability isn't about being perfect. It's about surviving the imperfect moments together. Cut to emotional reflection. Camera pans through fan reactions online. Social media was flooded with messages from people who related to the pressure of keeping up appearances. One fan wrote, Mauricio's words hit home. I'm not on TV, but I know what it's like to hold everything together until you can't anymore. Another said, you can tell he wasn't trying to be dramatic. He was trying to be real. That's rare in Beverly Hills. Soon, the hashtag #BurialLikeMauricio began trending on X, formerly Twitter, spreading beyond the Bravo fandom. Influencers, fellow reality stars, and even mental health advocates began weighing in, praising the moment as a step toward emotional transparency in the often hyper-glossed world of celebrity culture. Transition, hopeful cinematic swell begins. But beyond the online reaction, those closest to the couple say that Mauricio's speech marked the beginning of something deeply personal, a healing process. A close friend told Entertainment Tonight, "Mauricio isn't just reflecting on fame, he's reflecting on family, on what he wants the next chapter to look like. Kyle has seen that shift, and she's proud of it." In recent weeks, the two have reportedly been spending more time at their Aspen home, away from the cameras and constant Los Angeles noise. They've been hiking, cooking together, and enjoying quiet evenings with their daughters, moments that, according to insiders, have been grounding for both of them.